They brought up
Evens or odds?
They brought up Dr. Robotnik too, because they're like they try to Google it how many times he dies in Sonic games, and there's Google didn't even know what they were talking about. Like if they asked the question, how many times does he die in the Sonic games? You fight him all the time.
Yeah,
he's the only boss basically you fight.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think he ever dies. He just goes.
Yeah, he goes away. Yeah, so he talks to he dies, blows up, and then he comes back and it's just like
the fight continues. Yeah, it wasn't like a
He goes, we're not going to call him Dr. Eggman. We're going to call him because here he's Robotnik, and in Japan he's Eggman.
Yeah.
That's why they say it. They say it both in the movie, which I like that they say.
I gotta watch that. The third one. Cool. I gotta watch that.
I haven't seen the third one.
I have seen the first one.
The second one was good too. I saw that when it was on Paramount Plus with the kids. They seen it already. They went to the theaters. I was gonna take them when that came out originally, but they got taken already. So I'm like, okay. Then they saw the third one too. So
I wanted to get us.
Because Yura was the last one that he talked about. How many times he dies in the Tekken games.
Oh gosh!
Even in the new Tekken 8, and I'm like looking at the stuff. I'm like, because I haven't played that yet. I'm looking at it. I'm like, he did what? He died. I'm like, that sounds about right.
Start the podcast off right.
He fights Goro. I love that part where he fights Goro and Goro crushes his glasses. And then he's like, does the split and hits him.
Zonkas.
Yeah. Kano and Johnny Cage are tied, and Scorpion are tied for my favorite guy from that.
So
from day one.
So I did some research, and then in doing so, I decided to show the kids the Mortal Kombat movies, the original ones.
Yeah.
And only Lily and Marcus watched it with me. And the whole time, yes, it still holds up for the nostalgia.
The first one does. The other ones are
awful. No, that's what everybody says. I like the second one.
You like the
second one? I like the first and the second. I don't really care for the new one. But anyways, we're not going to get into that.
No, I didn't watch the new one because I don't like it. It's not focused on actually what it's supposed to be. It's focused on a made-up character. That
would you like more the Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
The movie?
I've only seen the Street Fighter movie.
Street Fighter is a funny movie in a way. It shouldn't be funny.
But, yeah, I don't think I liked it when I was a kid.
It is Street Fighter 2.
I mean, I'm going to have to watch it again, though.
Street Fighter 2 being tied for my all-time favorite game, and then seeing that back then, you're like... And my favorite action guy was Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, yeah.
Still is. Even though I like Schwarzenegger and Stallone and all their stuff, but it was always Van Damme and then Lundgren at the time, too. That's like when they put them in the same movie, I was like, Universal Soldier.
Yep.
So yeah, I introduced the kids to both those movies.
Good movie.
And, of course, I loved them. And the nostalgia was there. But you could see it's cheesy. And they pointed it out every 2 seconds. They're like, Daddy, this is cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
This looks like crap.
They haven't come to value B movies.
You guys are spoiled.
The second one's even more cheesy than the first one, is the funny thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could have did a better job with the storyline with the second one. Like, I liked it.
A lot of guys had to replace. They had to they had to do a lot of last second stuff with that. Because they replaced the guy that did Shao Kahn, Christopher Lambert.
They tried cramming in as many characters as they possibly could. That's why the storyline was just kind of...
all over the place. The first one's more... Makes more sense.
And then...
even what they did with Reptile was kind of...
I enjoyed it for what... Yeah, the Reptile thing, that was dumb. I enjoyed it for what it was. You know, just
him
nostalgia.
Going into that thing and turning into...
Well, no, he was just some weird lizard thing that... He's never that, you know? As far as I know.
Well, the ninja part was cool, but...
Yeah.
Exactly.
When he became the ninja part, that was the best part.
They had to do what they had to do for that movie back then.
Probably, that's probably how they made shortcuts. It's probably cheaper to do that than pay the guy to stay on the set longer, maybe.
Well, Reptile wasn't even... He was a guy you had to do certain things in the original game to fight him.
In the first one?
I did that before. You had to do certain things, and you had to knock a guy into the pit. I can't remember. You had to get 2 flawless victories.
I remember that now. Yeah.
And then you end up fighting.
Yeah, there's some kind of code you had to do.
You had to do certain things, not a code, but you had to do certain things gameplay wise, arcade and home systems to fight him. Then he was a lot tougher and moved a lot faster than like Sub-Zero or Scorpion. And then Yeah, he'd get to fight him in the pit, which was funny. The spike
I just
pit.
cleaned up everything too. But anyways,
March 8th, 2025, year of our Lord. How's it going?
was that today's date?
Good morning.
I keep
Yes.
thinking I'm forgetting something, like the first week of March.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
Clock's
daylight
ahead
savings
tonight.
time. Daylight savings
daylight
time.
savings
tonight. So
time.
yeah, we lose an hour. Go ahead. Spring forward
That's tomorrow,
Spring
right?
break's coming too.
tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does it automatically
2
with
a.m.
some things, but
Yeah. So anyways,
Something like that.
you guys want to get into it?
Sure. What
right.
you got?
Whatever.
What you got?
All right. So, good evening. Welcome to Game Chat and Chill. I'm Eric. This is
Shane. How's
we
it going?
got our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Deranged Dave. All right. So it's been a couple weeks since we got together, and so some of the stuff may be a little outdated, but maybe not. First off, foremost, I have an email address. If you guys have been paying attention, it's in the description for all the videos now. Well, at least the past 20 anyways, and then anything that's coming out, it'll have that. And the email address is Game+Chat+and Chill. I should put that. Well, it'll be in the description.
Follow the link below.
Yeah, at yahoo.com. So if you need to get hold of us, if you have questions, if you have recommendations for games that you want to see us play, things you want us to talk about, whatever the case may be. If you hate us, if you love us, give us a message. We just want to know you're there. So Game+Chat+and Chill at yahoo.com. Email us anytime. So I finally got that out of the way. So in the latest news, if you've been following along with the channel, you'll notice that me and Shane... let's see. Did I start on the wrong one? I did.
Ooh, got a lot of stuff
I
forthcoming.
started on the last
A lot of
one.
material.
All right. All right. So okay. Here. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're back on track now. Oh, okay. So, what I did is I introduced the Broken Controller Club. You guys remember what that is, right?
yeah.
It's basically like the fan base. We're gonna call them the Broken Controller Club. So in order to become part of that weekly member, you just gotta leave a comment, let us know you're there, and then I'll write down your name and then on the when we do the podcast, I'll give you a shout out.
Cool.
So I just want to start off with Glamping Junkies. That's actually my sister's YouTube channel. That's exactly what it is. Glamping. They have a camper. They drag around all over the place, do camping videos, set up. They do reviews, the tent reviews, whatever the case may be. They do stuff like that. So if you like that kind of stuff, check it out. Joseph Erickson. He's actually a follower from my original channel, which is RC Crazy. So he's been around for 6-7 years now. So he stopped by. He said, "Hey, Tommy G. He's another OG. He stopped by and said, "Hey, bike tripping with Brian. He's another one I've known since the old RC Crazy. So these are guys that have been around for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a new one. Rodney Lives. In the Spellbinder 7036. And Grant McIntosh. He's another one that kind of stuck around since the RC Crazy thing. And then Jacob Klein. He's a guy that I used to work with at work, and he started following around basically for like the end of the videos when we do the podcast. He likes to watch the Bible study at the end kind of thing.
Cool.
So that's kind of cool. I gotta find it now, but there's a guy that gets it. So that gets what this channel is all about. Yeah.
Is that the one you told me about? And I was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him.
Gotta
give him
definitely gotta
special-
mention that. That's cool.
Special shout out here. Just hold on a minute. I gotta try to find it now. But he totally gets what this channel is about. We're not getting any younger. We like to play some video games. We like to shoot the breeze. And this is kind of just like our time to get together and fellowship. Have a good time. Try not to worry about things in the world that are going on. It's an awkward space. Or awkward silence. Where is it?
Probably didn't eat breakfast. So I'm just like.
I guess I'm gonna have to do some editing in this podcast, which is fine. I have all week to do it. Some editing because of the dead space. Okay, here we
The
go.
sound of silence. Do.
Okay, so this one would be. Okay, so this is Spellbinder. Spellbinder 7036 stopped by, and he said, This is for, I believe it was. Well, it was for one of the games that one of the reviews we did with the Kin Inc. And he stopped by and says, get an HDMI cord for the laptop and hook it up to the. I can't read because I circled around it. I circled around it to show him.
Need my
Want me to read it?
No, you can't. It's being blocked by the circle. It says get an HDMI cord for the laptop and hook it up to the something. And then also you have a new subscriber. This was like hanging out with friends. Laugh out loud. So he gets it. That's exactly what this channel is about. We do the podcast because we like to talk about gaming stuff. I mean, every time we get together, that's pretty much what we talk about, besides Jesus. But so, anyways, Spellbinder, he gets it. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate the support. So the latest news, from what I've seen, there's a new TV series coming out with David Blaine. You guys remember him?
Yeah.
The magician guy. Yeah. So it's called Do Not Attempt. So basically, what he's going to be doing is he's going traveling the world, doing all kinds of whatever
magic tricks.
Tricks things that he does. I mean, a lot of times not even tricks. He's doing real things.
Yeah.
Where he's stabbing needles or hooks through his body, but he just does it so many times he knows how to do it without hurting himself somehow. But so, anyways, there's all kinds of things. Like he messes with snakes in this one. He does all kinds of messed up stuff, dangerous situations. So there's a new series. It says March 23rd it starts coming out. I don't even know where it's going to be found.
What streaming service it's going to be on.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, that's coming out. So all the David Blaine people. I used to like him back in the day, 20 million years ago when he first came out. I thought he was cool. But then he's kind of petered out, you know. And then I kind of lost interest. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie is in the works for 2027 release date. So there's another Planet of the Apes movie coming out.
Man, they're really monkeying around.
Well,
No monkeying around.
Yeah.
Well, if they do them right, I don't have a problem with it. It's
right.
just like, but the last one.
The last one, yeah. Did you end up watching it?
Just parts of it. The trilogy before that was great how they did that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you know.
And then when they got rid of him, the main character.
Well, I get where they, you know, it's years later. They're trying to set up the original movies, basically, the original storyline.
To me, spoiler alert, the reaction I got of it was kind of basically the way it was set up is kind of pointless as to what happened.
Yeah, there's
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like
okay, so why did you just do a whole entire thing about monkeys when
the War of the Planet of the Apes kind of set up the whole reason why humans don't talk. You know, with Woody Harrelson losing the ability to communicate normally and all that stuff, his character, and then you know, because in the original movie with Charlton Heston, I don't know if you guys ever seen that. That movie's great.
When I was a kid, I saw.
It's still even people that never seen it gets thrown off at the ending.
Yeah.
Spoiler: it's Earth. He's on.
Yeah.
But way in the future.
Yeah, way in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty.
Yep, in the beach.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And people take it like he's, you know, blaspheming, but I understand why he's saying it. He's saying what he's saying. He's telling the Lord to damn the guys, basically.
Gotcha.
Where they need to go because of what they did. That's so it's not like, you know, the blasphemy thing. I get it's context.
Yeah.
Man, it's like Secret of Nim twisted by Skynet.
Because he realized you
blew
it up
into space.
You guys blew it up.
Sorry.
That's the whole idea. Him flipping out the way he did. It says what he says. That, you know.
Oh man.
The people consider blasphemy.
Language.
I don't.
Sorry.
I don't like hearing it, but that's the context of it. He's telling the Lord to basically toast these guys for toasting everything.
Well, some of these movies, I don't want to say it's predictable, but you wonder where it is, how far you're going to drag it out. Okay, you know the monkeys are taking over. Okay, so sooner or later, Endgame, we got to fight back.
Yeah.
So how far are we going to be? They're the superior and we're the dumb. You know, it's come on, stop mocking humanity. I mean, so what if they can read and they can have a gun? But you know what? Bring out Arnold and.
the old ones, they set up stuff and then they show you how it kind of got to where.
Mm-hmm. That's why they got that way.
How they got that.
Skynet
how they got
machines
in the future because when they took over or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because of genetics and all, you know, then.
Yeah, it's a Secret of Nim shout out too. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
So another movie is coming out.
The Resident.
I'm kind of interested in this. I'm kind of interested in this one. It's called Mickey or Mikey or Mickey 17. So it's basically set up on.
I've heard of this. I'm trying to think what is it.
I think I was telling you about it. I don't know if it's set up in space in a spaceship or somewhere on a planet somewhere, but they keep cloning this guy because they're trying to go to a planet.
Yeah, he's the guy that played
and
Batman.
They got to explore it, so they keep sending him out to explore it, and he keeps getting killed off by all these crazy things on the planet.
Yeah, keep cloning him.
And they bring him back. And
I've seen a trailer on something, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
so
it
sounds familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested. I want to see it.
Yep.
It comes out March 7th, which was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it'll be something we'll check out at some point.
Talking machines, isn't there?
Also, Legend of Zelda movie is in the works.
Nice.
That's the rumor.
That'd be good.
A live action one or an animated?
A live action one. Yeah.
Just heard that. I'm trying to think of. I wish I could remember the guy plays Reacher. I'm trying to think.
And I found this out.
Batman.
Alan.
He said that he would do it
when
for
I was
free.
digging into the He-Man, the new He-Man. I found that out because I think it's the same guy that's producing the two, but the Zelda one is going to be down the road.
As long as Nintendo keeps a tight grip on their IP, and what I mean by that is the source material is followed the way it should be. Just go off the rails because they feel like it. I always take a creative, different, it's like, no, it's
artistic
not
license.
Yeah, artistic license with
the
source
Link's gonna
material.
You know what? They're gonna swap it out.
Well, they'll probably make Zelda it's called Legend of Zelda.
I saw a funny meme that the Harry Potter guy, remember the one that just passed away recently? What's his name? He was the bad guy in the first Die Hard movie.
Yeah,
Alan
Rickman.
Yeah,
Alan Rickman.
like his replacement was the African American guy.
Die Hard.
Yeah, for the prequels.
I think it was a meme though. I don't think it was serious.
No, that's true.
Is it true?
What? Wait, what did I? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're replacing him with the black guy.
Nothing to get, but.
It's like create new characters.
That's it.
I really don't care because I'm not a big Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, I'm not either. But it's just
it's just funny. I thought it was a meme when I was reading it.
No,
like, they're picking on it.
In all fairness, if they're replacing, however they do it, hopefully
that's why
they
people
make
are
it stand, so it's okay, you can understand, but then but it's just when you have these changes like that, regardless of whom.
That's why the people are freaking out about Amazon having control of James Bond now.
Oh, really?
Oh
boy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, with any character, regardless of their background, make it relatable and understandable.
Yeah, I get it. If they were sticking with that reason as to, maybe they should integrate more different people into things, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But to purposely do it, to make people mad down the road.
No, and also it's like
Bond,
people at a certain point, it's like
title
people at a certain point catch on. I'm not talking about people like me.
Yeah.
But like their target audience, they're like, you're just giving me hand-me-down characters instead of giving us characters.
Yeah, like
making new characters or using characters you already had.
Like they're purposely doing it now, which makes no sense.
Well, they've been doing that for years is the problem.
Yeah.
And people are kind of over it. That's why they're wondering why people don't want to go see
one of the first things I saw, I can't remember what the heck it was. But anyways, if I come across it again, I'll say it. One of the first things I remember seeing them do that on, it was actually like 20 years ago. And
it wasn't for that.
It wasn't Alien.
Reason.
It was something different, like
it
maybe
wasn't
a
for
cartoon
that reason.
or a movie.
It wasn't for that reason or whatever either. Probably back then either.
Well, I think it was Disney, so it probably was.
Well, sometimes stuff like that would happen because a person died or something like that in a short notice. And
it's like
they're a blood relation.
Here's an example of something that's not being woke because it's before all that stuff, and what they turned it into basically was Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Clark Duncan being Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be honest, the only guy that could play Kingpin was that big of a dude that was that muscular, and he was a great actor.
Sure.
That's why they did that. Not because they were trying to race swap
I never even thought about that.
Not that they were trying to race swap the character for woke points.
I never even got that.
But the problem is they do that all the time now.
Yeah.
The problem is it's like, wait a minute, you made the character a chick. Sorry. Or you made the character a different race.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. Well, you got to have more representation. Then create characters or use characters that are already there.
Yeah,
You built up characters over the years that nobody. Let's be honest. One of the most popular comic book characters now is Iron Man because of Robert Downey Jr. in the movies. Guess what? Iron Man was a level D or C at best superhero that only was made as popular as he is as everybody else because of those movies and Robert Downey Jr. how he played them.
Yeah.
That's it. You can, and look how Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody knew who those characters were.
Yeah.
That if they weren't a comic book nerd, even comic book people are like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
but you bring them into the mainstream and you do it right with the source material. I'm not saying all source material is the greatest because some of the stories just are terrible.
Yeah.
But like you do that stuff with all these other characters. Wow. Like, you know how many years I've been waiting for a Black Panther movie? I was a fan of the Black Panther as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted to do one originally with Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes was going to do one.
Oh, really?
And that fell through, so he did Blade.
Oh.
So they ended up going, they ended up doing Blade. But it's like it's just like, changing Taskmaster, one of the better villains, into a woman, just to get another female character. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, they doing the Harry Potter thing. It's like, dude, you did that with Lord of the Rings stuff, and that's why I don't ever watch those shows.
Well, there's other
$1 billion on
reasons that I don't like what they do, but I'm not going to mention them because it'll just get us taken off YouTube. There's the reason why they swap people out and stuff. But I won't get into it just because it's a sore subject and YouTube will take it down. But,
yeah, I'm not like
what you're saying.
My heart's
is
not
okay.
to offend anybody or get them all bent out of shape.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather have characters be what they are. Like, all of a sudden, me being, like in Star Trek as much as anything else, one of my favorite Star Trek characters, period, up there with Captain Kirk. I grew up with Captain Kirk being the man, going around beating up aliens. Captain Picard, I like Captain Picard because he would always, like, talk to him first, and then if he had to, he'd get into it. But Kirk was always like, let's fight him first, or whatever is what it seemed like. Benjamin Sisko. Avery Brooks, that played in Deep Space Nine, his character, awesome. He played the character the way it was written, and all this other stuff, and made it into his own. Oh, it's a black captain. Cool. I don't have a, well, he's still I love the character, how he is, and how he played him, and everything else. I could care less about this.
Well, you already said it. Without any visual, any character, or understanding who they are, regardless of their skin or not, if it's on point to character, don't matter who's playing it. But if that's how they make it, okay. But it's how it's portrayed or how they make it versus. If you have a story and no backing, it don't have no ground.
That character was not. It was just written the way it was written, and people tried out for it. Like the Alexander Ziddig there. I can probably say his last name wrong because he changed his name because his name was. But he played Dr. Bashir. He's an awesome actor. He tried out for the part of Benjamin Sisko, but they didn't give it to him because he was too young, so he got the doctor part, and they gave it to Avery Brooks. So it was just based on, there was no race attached to it yet or anything like that. Character, it was just the way it was written. And then Avery Brooks is just awesome. I thought he was bad A as a kid with playing Hawk with a goatee and the sunglasses and the shaved head. And then he did it later with the shaved head and the goatee and Deep Space Nine. I'm like, yeah, let's blow some stuff up, Captain Sisko. Let's nuke these guys.
Well, it's like when you have a character that comes in and instead of just saying, like, well, this is a minority in a sense, and this is just bringing up a point, and like, well, let's just force it and put it like that, versus where you have a character, regardless of how their upbringing is, everybody loves that Prince or Pauper to Prince type of story. They worked hard, they've earned it, they've done this. It's like, wow. That's back instead of just like,
not a Gary Stu or a
superpowers. It's boom, and it's just like.
So I got the perfect way to describe it now without being too crazy.
Well, people yell about it afterwards, like,
So what I was talking about is in the He-Man franchise that just came out recently, they kill him off, make Evelyn and Tila the main characters, and still call it He-Man, right?
Oh, yeah, Master of the...
So in order to make that right, in order to be right in doing that, they should take a new She-Ra series, kill her off, make Bo the main character.
Gosh,
that wouldn't help anything.
And still call it She-Ra.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's how dumb it is.
Yeah.
That's what. And so in order to make that right, and that's what they should do for that. But they're not going to.
He was jacked. He was jacked up too, though. You got to make him more feminine then.
Well, yeah.
That's why I was like,
yeah, and that's what they probably do is they'd make him more feminine, and probably he'd have a boyfriend or something. But in order to make what they did with He-Man right, that's what they would have to do with the She-Ra franchise. But they're not going to do that because they have a agenda.
That's why a lot of that stuff, it's going to take a little bit because all that stuff's was already in the works.
Yeah.
So the factory was already churning this stuff out.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little bit for that stuff to get kicked out of there. Where people are just like, okay, we're done.
But that's just the example I was trying to.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just even with that, all the stuff. It's like how much money can you guys actually lose?
Yeah.
Right.
Because you guys, let's be honest, you guys care about money just as much as anybody else.
Yeah.
And if people you want to keep pushing the button of like, oh, this is going to make money because it has this attached to it. Oh yeah, that works because Star Wars merchandise is in the toilet, and that made George Lucas billions.
Yeah.
Before Disney decided to turn it into trash.
Well, not to go on a rant, but just say I remember movies way back when, and I don't want to say it was taboo. Say like whatever the personality or history of a character and all that stuff would be introduced a little bit, and you would see to get to know a character more. But as you watch a show or in a movie, that isn't what it was about, though. You still had the plot. You had the main stuff. You may have little character stuff here from interaction or dialogue that you learn, but the band played on, so. Now I think it just gets made more to the forefront where they're losing part of the story in the big picture.
Yeah,
in my opinion, where they need to just go back, stay, and it's not that you can't honor different groups or however, but it's just that's at viewing you're seeing what is being made to see. That's
exactly what me bringing up like
Director,
Avery Brooks
producer,
playing Benjamin Sisko. He's one of my favorite, if not my favorite character from Star Trek in general.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because of how he looks. Yeah, he looks cool. I think Avery Brooks. Yeah, he'll whoop somebody. Is what it seems like. He don't mess around. But like, it's how he played the character, who the character was, going through having to make hard decisions, having to do sometimes whatever.
Well, that's what made it fun. Sometimes
stuff,
you had characters that were like that. They weren't a main character or a supporting character, but in certain times they would have their moment in the show, and it was like, oh wow, But
and he had to fight through personal loss and not wanting to do what he wanted to do to actually do what he ended up doing. He didn't start out as a captain either. He's like, oh, I'm going to come back and do this, and then he Mr. Captain kicked butt in a war against the worst enemy that they fought, which is awesome in the series. But it's actually the darkest series of Star Trek too. You're not a Star Trek person, but it's the darkest series out of all the shows. Is Deep Space Nine, how they wrote it.
Yeah.
I love that show.
I grew up watching it. I just didn't care for it. Because I was forced to watch it because that's what my stepdad would
watch.
watch.
Yeah, I get that.
It's
You're
a big
forced to
change
watch
from Last Generation to something like that.
I did like that one with the guy who plays in X-Men as Professor X.
Exactly. Next Generation.
I did like that
Next
series, but
I
I wouldn't go back and watch it, like willingly again. I mean, I did enjoy that one, and then the other one I liked that came out. I don't think it was Star Trek. It was something with a dolphin, and the kid was talking to the dolphin. I watched that for a little bit. I don't think it was Star Trek.
Sequest or something?
Yeah, Sequest or something. Yeah. I just remember watching that when I was a kid. But anyways, so rumor has it that Sega has something big coming out, something big going on. Now, some guys I follow on YouTube went to a Sega convention, and what they're talking about is huge. It's a game changer. Like whatever it is, they weren't allowed to talk about it. Whatever it is like.
Is it a system?
That's what I'm guessing. It's probably going to be. It's either a system, or something. But whatever it is, and it's going to be announced sometime this year. Whatever it is huge. It's just a huge announcement for Sega.
I know they are clamping down on something that people are trying to make.
Are they making Wolverine now? Are they backing it up? They're doing a whole revamp? Sega's taking
I have no idea.
I know they were clamping down on
because they're not allowed to say.
A third party trying to make the Super Sega, which could play every Sega system basically on the thing with discs and cartridges and stuff. I know they were clamping down on that for some reason. I'm not saying it's gonna be anything like that. It'd be cool, but like, okay, we'll do this. And
how about this? Microsoft buying Activision for $70 billion.
That's it.
Yeah, they bought that last year or whatever. They finally went through or whatever fully.
Yeah. That's insane.
They got the money. I mean,
what are they going to do with it? What do you think? What do you think they're going to do with it?
Well, you can look at what
Microsoft
has already kind of gone away from the console wars, which Forza being the highest.
That's why I'm thinking maybe Sega's coming out with something because Xbox is going down.
The battle of the Megacorps. Here we go.
And then you were claiming that the new Switch is going to be the same level as the PS5.
I think it's going to be a lot more powerful than people think.
Well, because there's a fight over that. Like you think that, but then a lot of people don't think that. A lot of other people.
Well, look at what Steam
VR.
can do with a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And how high end how that is. You think Nintendo can't do that?
Yeah. Oh, I think they.
And then play a cartridge where they can play old Switch games.
Yeah.
With other stuff, you think they can't do that? Because Nintendo's always behind the, but they try to innovate in different ways.
Projection.
They don't try to stay in the norm of what everybody else is doing, like what they did with the Wii. Yeah, people may not have liked the Wii compared to everybody and their grandmother played the Wii, and they had one. It's one of the highest selling systems of all time. So was the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I like the concept of the Switch, but
I mean, you're not. You think the games are too?
Well, no, I'm actually getting into them now.
There's some great games on there.
Exactly.
That they only on there.
Yeah.
Like Astral Chain, check that out. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is only on the Switch. The third one of that.
There's something else.
Is it Gem?
There's other stuff on there too, like Nintendo makes their own stuff, but there's stuff on there that's like okay, like anything Metroid.
Yeah, it's starting to grow on me.
They got the old school. Is it Metroid Dread? Is that what it's called? I can't remember what the name of it, but they did a old school 2D side scroller. Like Metroid stuff used to be, but it was like new a couple years ago.
The one game that we just played, that's actually eventually I get into it and discuss that out there. Anyways, that one that we played with the shooter with the horses.
Oh, Sunset Riders.
That one is on the Switch too. That game is on the Switch. I'll get into that later at a different time. Anyways.
Yeah, they like doing the.
I didn't realize that they were on
Hamster that does systems. The arcade archive games on the. You could buy digitally all the old arcade games. They put them all, but they put like ones that Nintendo made back then, like Donkey Kong and stuff like that. So they support. They put a lot more. It seems like I'm not saying they don't put them on PlayStation or Xbox, but it seems like Nintendo has a lot more of those games you can buy, of like the old school arcade archives.
And now that I've actually been looking into the games for the Nintendo Switch, and the stuff that come out with, I'm starting to like.
I mean, even
starting to grow on me.
Even the Monster Hunter games that are just made on that, that are their versions of stuff. Those games are awesome.
Oh yeah.
Capcom like supports Nintendo. They've had since day one.
Yeah.
So
a lot of the stuff goes right to Nintendo.
I mean, it wasn't until like the '90s, the mid '90s, when Sega started getting Capcom stuff. That was like unheard of.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nintendo. Yeah, I tend to think when they show it off, it's going to be a lot more. It might not be all the way up what a PS5 or an Xbox Series X could do or whatever, but it's not going to be something that's it's just a little bit of an upgrade. I don't think so. They took how many years to bring it out?
Yeah.
And the leaked specs on it speak a little bit different because there's a lot more stuff you can do with chips over the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, totally.
The run
I have no idea what it's going to be, but I'm excited to find out.
If it hooks up the same way and does all the same stuff, and you can play it, like I'd rather play it. The only time I ever played it handheld was when I had to, like I was playing Mario Kart or Ultra Street Fighter 2 or whatever, because it was late at night and I wanted to sit there and mess around. Otherwise, I'd rather have it on with a controller.
Oh yeah,
playing on.
Yeah, that's why I got that splitter. So now next time when we go to do the games on the computer, we'll be able to watch it on there instead of that little dinky screen on there. That was a nightmare. We tried playing games on that little tiny thing.
What's going on there? What does it say?
We were able to do a little bit, but anyways.
Yeah, we beat X-Men and.
Cool.
I was digging around, found some stuff. I don't know what to think about it. Henry Cavill, casted in Nova's TV series. Did you guys hear anything about that? Being casted in he's being casted and possibly MCU.
Who is it?
Henry Cavill, the old Superman.
Played Butcher.
Yeah, there's.
I think there's already one thing confirmed, right, for the series, the TV series.
Of which one?
TV series of what? Nova TV series.
Yeah, like him be either Nova.
Yeah, he's gonna be Nova.
Yeah, there was also rumors before that he's gonna be Captain Britain.
I didn't picture him as Nova.
Or Captain Britain was another one that
that's before. I heard, well, hey,
but if he's Nova, that's fine. He's like
right.
People are like, he's busy with Warhammer. The Warhammer show, which I'm like, because he loves that stuff. He's seen him. He is like showing his doing on YouTube, like doing the little figures and all that stuff and all that. It's like he's into all that stuff, dude. He did his own building his own gaming PC because he's in this. He's a fan of all this stuff. That's why he gets so like with The Witcher, how the direction they went with that show. That's why he got bent out of shape because they went away from the source material, the novels and stuff, and made it all. And I would have watched that show if they would have kept going with him, but they went woke. Yeah. So. Yeah, if he's Nova, I don't have a problem with that. If they do Nova right.
That's cool.
There was also rumors about him being Hyperion, but that's a lot of stuff because he's a Superman clone, evil Superman clone. I'd say clone because that's the Marvel version of their Superman, basically.
Mm-hmm. And I know this is going to be old news now, but the Borderlands 4 release date was set for September 23rd this year. Borderlands 4, which is what me and Shane we've been kind of looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've been playing the crap out of Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be on PS4 though.
Probably not. There's a lot of stuff that it depends on the company.
Yeah.
Sony's moving away from they moved away from putting their stuff on PS4, but other companies are still doing it.
Yeah.
Because they know because they can still.
Yeah, still make money.
I mean, my gosh, you already got out the PS5
Because it's like all the
Pro.
time. Look how many times they put stuff on PlayStation 2 for the longest time.
Some of those videos that you send me, those for the new ones coming out.
Yeah.
A lot of those are going to be released. It says on the PS4, PS4,
Yeah.
PS5, Xbox, blah blah blah, Switch, and that's one of the things listed as PS4. But this one, I don't know if I've seen that for.
Well, did you see for Days Gone? They got an upgrade for that too.
But if they did,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be sucky. Like usually that's how it is when it's a next gen release. The previous gen release version of it is kind of.
It just depends on who's making it and how far they can push it. Because the PS4 can actually push a lot more than people realize. It may not be graphically as impressive as like a PS5. Like that video I was telling you about with bosses that won't die.
Yeah.
Seeing Kazura like on my 4K in Tekken 8, and I'm like, wow, Tekken 8 literally looks. I gotta get a PS5 just for that. So because I'm like I love Tekken almost as much as Street Fighter. So and seeing because I'm like Kazura's my favorite guy out of that. I'm like wow they're like fighting on an asteroid, and then wow that board with the rain's coming down and they got water in the back. I'm like,
when they're fighting, you can see the sweat going down their face.
It's like crazy. It's like the water droplets all over the guys. I'm like, dude, that's just crazy how good that stuff looks. So, PS4 or something, down the road.
So this is gonna be kind of the announcement for the. I'm gonna be branching off and doing a secondary style podcast. So this will be like the introduction. I'm gonna, tell people about it. What it is basically like an interview, one-on-one. I'll give somebody a heads up, like a week's notice, like, hey, I want to talk about this game, whenever we decide to get together, whatever game would be, write some notes down, all the things you liked about it, didn't like about it, all the things you remember. I've already got that one halfway done, the one that we were just talking about. The first one, well, it's not the first one, it doesn't matter, it's not going to be any special order, it's just as I write them down, the Sunset Riders. I've already got half of it written down, so this will be the, what I did was I'm going through it and telling what we did in it, what we had to do to beat the bosses, so then we could talk about it, that kind of thing. So that's the mood, and that's gonna be the style of that podcast. It's gonna be one-on-one about a game that we played, whether we beat it or not, doesn't matter. So that'll be coming out sometime here pretty soon once we start getting together for that. It's gonna be called Game Chat. And I think it's gonna be a good time.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, cool.
And some of those games, like too, it's always fun to have like games you can beat with like in a few hours. Mm-hmm. If you have the time, those 30+ hour games. Yeah, like, you love your RPGs, but like the amount of hours I know I put in Fallout 4 over the years on different things. It's kind of great just to mess around and go around. Yeah. Even like Mass Effect, playing through those games, it's like.
Because now I came up with this because now that I've beaten, well, not just me, but with your help, obviously. Now that, and same with them, we've all beaten games together or separately at different times, then why not discuss it? So
sure,
yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like because I was thinking even last night
about
nuggets. Like some of the lists that we were talking about, like your top 10 lists of different things, and I was thinking back of different games that I've beaten on like even PS3. I was just thinking about different games and stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't know if I could beat certain games the way I used to back when I was younger, like the older school stuff. I'm like, to do everything to get like a platinum again, like on some of the stuff. It's like, because I saw a list of like some of the hardest platinums to get, and I'm like, yeah, and I heard the list. It was kind of funny, the stuff the guy was talking about. I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I'm. And it's a bronze. Like one of the hardest trophies to get on is a bronze. And some of these games, I'm like, yeah.
To me, it's refreshing because for the longest time, and I don't know if it's because of it's like a fog. Because once I got more into the PlayStation, getting in, it seems like before there was the whole time period. There's a little nostalgia going back, and I'm glad we part of this channel. I'm glad to be a part of is that we're playing a game and you're playing it and the fun of it and beating it.
Yeah.
Versus, well, I feel like now I don't conquer or beat a game because I have all these trophies still yet to do. It's like it's just like it's like never ending. I mean, it's fun. I don't get me wrong, but it's nice to just keep it like, wow, you beat it. What you enjoyed from it, your takeaways, what you remember. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, if you're doing it for like trophy hunting, there's like certain games I did just for the simple fact of
story, easy, hard,
like trophy, like until dawn.
Mm-hmm.
That one in PS4 reviews, I got the platinum on that. You had to do certain things. If you beat the game once, then you can go through certain scenes again to get to certain scenes to do the other stuff that you got to do. It takes a while.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying it's not worth it. And then I remember the last part, you got to have everybody survive. And then if you just because that 6-axis. Even with that stuff, even on the PS4, the motion on it, and the last part with when they're all in the cabin trying to survive, you move a little bit. Even it's like me, my hands is naturally moving.
Start all over.
Because you're supposed to stay still and move, and stay still and move. I literally had to put my controller on the coffee table so it didn't move at certain points where you're not supposed to move. Because my hands is flinching a little bit from breathing, was making the thing kill me over and over again. I'm like, what's going on? So at certain points I had to put it down. I'm like, okay. And then when I got to move, I'm like, and then to get the platinum on that.
That's crazy.
Ever have your now like your joints clamp up?
Yeah.
You're playing, you're like, oh god.
Yeah. That one was just like, I'm just like, dude, how many times am I gonna die like this? And some of the way he died in that game is just kind of funny because they have you do it on purpose. So like certain deaths.
So one of the funny things that just happened recently is me and you beat that Ninja Turtle game.
Yeah.
And then me and him beat it 2 days later.
Yeah, up on
because it came from
Cowabunga collection.
Yeah, it came out with the Cowabunga collection.
It has all those. That's why. Yeah, that collection's awesome.
So that'll be something that for the Game Chat podcast. That'll be something we discuss. I mean, I don't know if maybe we should all three because all three of us beat it. Maybe we should do just like what I'm saying, or because I don't think I should just do 2 separate interviews. I mean, we all three of us beat it, so might as well. I guess
there's so many games
one
on
of the
that
episodes.
Thing. Yeah, it opens up.
But yeah, that's the whole point of that next podcast. Is just it's gonna be like a chat about walkthrough the game that we played, what we liked, didn't like.
That's still one of my top 5 favorite games of all time, just because of how much I played that on Super Nintendo when I got it for Christmas. And I was like,
which one is that? The
Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
For the Super Nintendo
that was
version.
Really fun.
The arcade version's great too, but it's shorter, has less boards. That's why I like the Super Nintendo version. It has a lot more stuff you can do it. And Hyperstone Heist, we'll have to do that sometime. That's a lot harder.
Ooh,
let's just say that's a lot longer and drawn out, but it's a lot harder than that game.
So me and Shane, we just did another. I uploaded another Ninja Turtle game, it's Shredder's Revenge. We actually beat that one. That took us 2.5 hours, but
it's a neighbor. So
the reason why it took that long is because the Shredder boss fight.
Yeah, remember we were having a hard time with the last part, Super Shredder.
Well, yeah, but this is the other game.
Yeah, the other game. Yeah, it's always Shredder. Shredder's always
So it was a nightmare, but we got through it because we had to figure out what to do. So the first time through, we died, but we figured out, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that. And Shane, I think you figured out what we're supposed to do.
Might have.
I think he figured out what we're supposed to do, and then I just
I'm trying to think.
Try it, but then didn't you end up dying? And I had to finish it. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're screwed.
It happened on a few of our playthroughs. One of us died and ran out continues.
Go look for it. It's the walkthrough we did. It's already up on the channel. It is the playthrough of the Shredder's Revenge Ninja Turtle movie, and you'll see. But yeah, it was a good time.
You put it like that, the movie, because it seems like whenever there's a Shredder boss fight, it always reminds me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the movie. When he gets mutated and stuff like that.
Kevin Nash.
Just
that's Kevin Nash, and that's the jacked up version. He played Shredder. Remember Kevin Nash? Right?
So that'll be one of the Game Chat episodes. Will be me and you discussing going through that game.
See, that's fun too when talk about stuff like this, to give those little tidbits for trivia. With stuff that's cool.
I got some good stuff coming up here. These 2 podcasts. I got some new stuff and some. Anyways, me and you, we've been playing through Fury Unleashed. We still got to beat it. How far do you think we're through it? Past halfway at least.
For the run, as far as unlocking abilities and stuff?
Because we still haven't haven't beaten the main boss. Because we still have to upgrade our guys.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think for the run, we haven't got to the 3rd comic, but we still got to upgrade more.
What comic are we on right now?
I think we've gotten to this, because it's like the Nazi one, so I think it's the 2nd because there's like a jungle one and not one, and there's another one after that with aliens.
So we got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well,
so
we got unlocks. Yeah.
So I've been uploading the videos for that. So check them out on YouTube when they come out. Me and Dave, we've beaten Spider-Man, Separation Anxiety, Sunset Riders, Ninja Baseball, Batman, Violent Storm, almost beat Golden Axe, Streets of Rage. So those are all the games so far that I can think of. Then the Ninja Turtle one is the new one, right?
Yeah, and the Streets of Rage 2 we'll have to do at some point, because even with all the new beat-em-ups, people still consider Streets of Rage 2
the best.
One of the best, if not the
That's
best beat 'em up of all time.
Does it have Road Rash?
Yeah, they have Road Rash 2, Road Rash 3.
Yeah.
I love, out of the three, I love Road Rash 2 more.
Well, if we get...
It's because when you win a race or you lose it, they had that little animation thing at the end. And I always thought that was funny, like the little cutscene animation thing.
Okay,
cool. But yeah, Road Rash.
I don't know why they came to mind. That was just like...
Yeah, those games are awesome. You're playing those games and you got the codes. We could put codes in. We got...
Sweet.
Get the souped up bike. Back in getting Game Pro back in the day, and having the souped up bike right off the bat that's faster than everybody else, and you can pretty much just go on cruise control, like not lay on the gas, because some of these roads are like all over the place. You can crash, but you're going over 200 miles an hour. The guys are like,
seeing Sarah Lane.
Like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm way past you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna win this race. Yeah.
Nice.
So
cool.
So I'm still playing through the new Pac-Man repack game. I'm doing a walkthrough of that. I think I've uploaded 2 or 3 episodes of that so far.
Okay, I remember last one you mentioned that. Mm-hmm.
I'm doing is I'm just going through the board, beating it, uploading it, going through the board, beating it, uploading it as I go.
Yeah.
As I go through. So look for that out there.
That's cool.
Also, I started doing Daddy-Daughter game night.
Mm-hmm.
Those videos.
That's how you like Tiny Toons.
Yeah, we did the Tiny Toons, and then we did Plock, and then the other night me and her, we filmed 2 more new episodes. So look forward to that. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers for Nintendo, and then Darkwing Duck for Nintendo. Obviously, we didn't beat them.
The Darkwing Duck is considered, because it's more like the Mega Man style that Capcom made. That's a harder game, and it's great too.
Yeah,
Darkwing Duck.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, that game's great.
For whatever reason, I'm having so much fun with that. But yeah, we got frustrated quick because
I am the terror that.
The Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers one. It's actually like
Quacks in the Night.
Yeah, supposedly it's supposed to be easy, but it's not.
Oh no, it's not. Those are great games that Capcom made back in the day.
But it's just something for us to do. We're having a good time doing it.
You can buy those. You can also get those on a collection of those games on PS4 and PlayStation.
Yeah, I plan on buying that.
I had that on my
collection?
network. Yeah, the collection.
Oh, you have the collection? I have hard days of mine because
I have a bunch of old school stuff. Anytime they came with old school stuff that I liked back in the day, I would get it. It was on sale. Oh yeah, DuckTales is hard. Darkwing Duck's hard, but they're great games.
Mm-hmm.
Capcom made when they had that license. Capcom made so many great games, and I'm glad they're like back the way they used to be with all the stuff they're making now.
I think it beat Rescue Rangers.
So Capcom's like my favorite company. Them and Sega like up there. My all-time favorite.
Did they ever make a game Danger Mouse?
Why does that sound familiar?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon. Yeah. There's something that out there. Somebody made Danger Mouse. I can't remember who
off the wall.
But
we couldn't do a live stream. We tried. Was it with you or with? I know me and you tried going live because we couldn't get the connectors work right. Then I ended up getting it to work later, and then me and you tried. And then we couldn't get.
We just recorded like stuff we were doing.
So we spent the day recording a bunch of
games we were playing,
playthroughs,
like X-Men and Turtles and stuff like that.
So we got all kinds of. I have stuff coming out for the next month. Anyways, Tiffany's gonna bring dip for the carrots and the celery, so don't go eating it all. Not for me. I'm just saying.
We'll
for
grab
you
a
guys
handful of
celery.
I'll have a handful of celery right now and
healthy stuff.
Because she forgot the dip, so I'm like, where's the dip? Anyways, so we're gonna attempt it again today. Try to do it live. We just may end up doing it the old school way where I set the camera up because this is how it works better. But I'll try it again with the wires connected, everything to that, and then into that so we can play on that. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna try it again.
Yeah, there's some co-op stuff that we can go 8-bit that we can do beat 'em up wise that I have been wanting to do.
Okay.
That one you might not like it as much because I think you could actually hit each other.
Oh.
But it's still considered one of the greatest ones, and it'll show like everybody that's a fan of the Nintendo version because it's like one of the most played Nintendo versions.
Yeah.
The Sega Master System version's better because it's co-op and it looks better, and that's Double Dragon. We'll play the arcade version, all that stuff. There's a ton of stuff we could do, like Double Dragon. There's some old school stuff I'm thinking about.
There's a new one coming out too with that, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Golden Axe will end up beating. We'll end up beating the Genesis one at some point, and we'll beat the arcade version. Okay. The arcade version's a little bit different. Doesn't go as far. That's why I like sometimes the home system versions. Okay. They added stuff.
They added extra levels.
Yeah. So
let's do it.
I tried playing the Star Fox game. Did you guys watch that video?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was about ready to throw the freaking thing across the room.
It's been a while since I played that game.
I could not get the stupid ship to go where I wanted it to go.
It's a rough learning curve.
Yeah, the train.
I was literally, and that was like the second time I tried. The first time I tried it, I wasn't recording. Like for the first 20 minutes I was trying, I wasn't recording. And I got to make a video of this because I'm bound to get through it.
It's been years since when I had it originally on Super Nintendo when I had it and I beat the game. So me trying to beat that game now because it's hard. You had to pick a certain path. You can pick your path going from planet to planet. And some paths are harder than other ones.
I mean,
I can't. Me trying to beat that or play that now, I'd probably do the same thing.
It was for the Switch. It was one of the.
Yeah, still the Nintendo. Yeah,
Super Nintendo maybe that has something to do with it. But I have the original. Well, I don't have the original. I have the Nintendo 64 version.
Yeah.
But we can also. Does this have?
Yeah, it has it.
Okay, so yeah, we also tried on the Kinhank. Let's see if we can do it on that too. But I couldn't do it.
Yeah, Star Fox is one of those.
Maybe when you guys can do better, but
I've been playing Outlaws, and I know that it's a whole different thing for flying a ship and stuff. But for me, it's like that's like iCAD. It's like that's like I don't know if they just use like the basic of making the game with like how to make it, no special cosmetic stuff. So it kind of gets you because it's very. You could. But it's like it's just, I don't know. It's a lot to get to because it's a whole visual thing that gets me.
Yeah, you could do the total old school like something like Star Fox or something like that, or you could go totally old school or new school like No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
How does it sound familiar?
The one where you can go the universe, where you're exploring the universe, and they kept updating the thing, where they promised all the stuff originally. It's like, it doesn't equal that, and now the game, which I haven't played it since originally when I had but they changed so many things on it. And done so many things on it. That's like one of the greatest comebacks.
Yeah, because I tried
video games.
Because the first time around, I was able to actually get pretty far. Me and my dad played the crap out of it. The second time, somebody gave it for free.
Yeah.
So I started playing it again, and it was completely different. I couldn't figure out how to get off the first planet.
Yeah, they added so much stuff to it.
Yeah, they changed so much that it was.
They added so much stuff to a third person and all this stuff. They added so many things you could do.
It was fun. I had a blast the first time around.
Exploring
Once
everything.
we started figuring out.
They made like ocean stuff now. You can go in like. Explore like the sea and different planets.
I'll have to revisit it
because it was good.
They added new updates, and then other updates are free. It's like downloadable content. The other updates were free too, with all the new stuff too, which is cool. On top of that, because how many companies do that?
Right. The only thing
Nobody.
The only thing I remember from that game is because I was playing it, and I remember I got to this one vendor or whatever, and you could actually get that head that was like the moon face.
Oh yeah.
Top, and I was just like, that's.
All right, so this is a little interesting. This is a little game I made up. It's called Character Swap. So,
dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, if you could create your own Avengers team, but with video game characters instead, who would you choose and why? So the list I'm giving you is Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. So the original team.
Okay, so one woman and the other guys kind of match up to the guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I guess you could. It doesn't matter.
Well.
I guess if you wanted to
any stuff, like any video game.
Yeah, anything is video.
Doesn't matter if it's Sony or.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anything is video game related.
Okay.
So Captain America, who would it be? Who would you choose to be the leader of your new Avengers team?
Well, it's a coin up between. It's a flip between Iron Man and him being the leader. So.
Oh yeah.
Commander Shepard.
I don't know who that is.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Commander Shepard, dude. He got all the guys to follow. You can get that guy, even if you're a bad guy, play like a bad guy or a good guy. Yeah. If you play like a good guy though, like everybody wants to fight for Shepard, dude. That guy's awesome. I love Shepard. Like, yeah, he would. Yeah, He took down, like, if you ever, I'll show you videos of stuff, like some of the bosses you got to fight in that. You got to fight a Reaper, which is the main computer, like AI intelligence that wants to wipe out the universe and stuff like that. Things is like mountain or skyscraper sized bosses that he's taking those down. Shepard don't mess around too. On top of that, so I would, my opinion, I'd put Commander Shepard as the one that would be the one that replaces.
Who'd you have as Captain America, Shane?
Oh boy.
When we get done filming this one, we'll take a break, get some more coffee, and get some food, and then. Because I'd like to film a second one.
I'm trying to think that would go with. Oh my gosh, but Cap's Cap. Man, who can live up to that?
Like, who can?
It's just a video game.
Who's a good? Who would be
okay, I'm gonna make this funny. Nathan Drake.
Okay, that's from
Uncharted.
Uncharted, yep.
Because I know that he has his other side, but he's
I was thinking
down to
about
the heart.
Drake for different reasons.
I can see that. Yeah. What about? Okay, mine would be Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth.
Just a metal.
Oh gosh, he could be all sadistic. The whole team could be sadistic.
Well, at least he Crash Bandicoot. But hey, however.
Yeah, I've always liked Sweet Tooth as a playable character.
Yeah.
And ladies trying to say hi, everybody. Say hi, lady girl. And
special cameo.
Yeah, special cameo. This lady girl. And so I always liked Sweet Tooth. I guess he's the leader. He's the leader for the bad guys.
Yeah.
So that's my Captain America. All right, who are you gonna change? Okay, lady, that's enough. Come on, get down. No, get down. No, lay down. No, come on, go. Get on my lap. Go lay down. She's like, fine. Okay. Who do you want for Thor? Who's gonna be your Thor?
Kratos.
Okay. Is there a reason?
Yeah, because look what he could take down. And Thor's like a demigod.
That's who I picked.
Kratos, I'd put Kratos. Yep. Yeah, he's got his... But the do I want the ultra angry version?
Oh, yeah, which version? Oh, I didn't think of that.
Or the one that's more mature?
Oh, man.
Depending on who we're fighting, and Shepard could probably get him on board, because you could... How Shepard is in the games. You get, like, different personalities, how they react to different things. I think Shepard could handle the whole idea.
There's so many different versions of it, too. Even
Kratos.
Ascended, remember?
Yeah.
Ascension, God of War Ascension, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So there's... I would probably say right around the third Kratos for me. The third version. But somewhere around there, maybe.
The one where he took Zeus down and everything.
Yeah, the more BA one.
Yeah. So, Kratos would be...
Who are you going to pick for your Thor character?
My Thor character? Oh, gosh.
Me and Dave are going with Kratos. So we got
Kratos?
I got Sweet Tooth and Kratos.
I want to see something that...
I got a pretty BA list here.
Thor. Yeah, I'm just thinking lightning, though, but...
You just have to be...
It doesn't matter. You can pick...
Give me a powerhouse character that's like that.
Yeah, you can pick Mickey Mouse or Cuphead.
Spiral.
Huh?
Spiral? Okay, Spiral Dragon. I see, okay. Is there a reason?
Just because, I'm thinking power. But at the same time, I know Thor's flies. Like, masculine, but with the flight, but at the same time with the fire instead of lightning.
All right.
That's the main thing. Off the hip. I'm trying to keep it fun.
So this one I changed my character with, but for Iron Man, who are you gonna have for Iron Man replacement?
Wish I knew what the character's name was.
There's
He's the pilot. But he's got to have his Titan with him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not going to base that
it's
necessarily because he's mechanical like Iron Man.
Iron Man has,
but the pilot from the Titanfall 2, the main character in that game with his Titan, he becomes because he wasn't originally he wasn't originally a pilot or anything like that, and then he got.
I'm on board with that. That's cool.
Because the Titan had its own AI, I'd take those guys combined because he could fight stuff on his own without the Titan. He was good with.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with that. I can see it. That's pretty crazy. Who are you gonna pick for your Iron Man?
Iron Man. Man, this is.
Mine's a silly
rough.
one. Mine's just silly.
It's funny because now I can't think of the name of the character because I'm actually playing the Outlaw game and trying to think of the droid. I don't know, a 9. No, I'm trying to think of something. I can't remember the character's name.
How about the Borderlands robot? Claptrap.
Claptrap.
What's he gonna do? Get kicked around? Get kicked around and be a distraction?
Yeah, that's the thing. He's perfect for distractions.
Okay. Yeah.
He can fall.
Well, it's a sidekick. I mean.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna.
Because if you need a leader too, Iron Man's like questionably coin flip between him and Cap being the leader. So that's why I picked part of the reason I picked my guy too. But
you can pick for your Iron Man version.
Oh, that's a 9.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the characters from.
Oh yeah, mine.
It's an android.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
That's food.
So
that's a tough one. This is off the hip.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
would really like to.
Because it made me think of something where he brought somebody else up and made me think of somebody from.
This is just made up. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna end up putting him in the list when you get to certain people now, but
this is just made up fun.
Mm-hmm.
My version, I was gonna go with Johnny Cage. I don't know why. I just like Johnny Cage. He's kind of cool, you know, or like maybe Sector or something like that.
Yeah, Johnny Cage is.
But then I changed to Astrobot.
There you go.
You know what Astrobot is, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be my Iron Man. Who's gonna be your Hulk? Who you gonna have? Who's your Hulk replacement?
Video game wise.
I mean, there's a lot of people you can choose from. There's Knack. He gets big.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be exactly.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like just similar characteristics.
I think mine's gonna be kind of a dark character.
Mine is. For some reason, most of my guys, I didn't even realize it till now. I'm going to have to convert them. The good version.
I'm just going to go with, it's not a, because let me see. I had two people in my head. It doesn't mean it's necessarily a powerhouse character. So I'm not sure if I want him for that one or... Who was it that I had in my head just now? Because I was thinking about old video games. Character. I had somebody run through my head now. I can't remember what the character is.
Sorry for sharing mine. So
go ahead. Yeah.
So with mine, before I say, I'm gonna say something beforehand, and those that might get it quick, but this is it's kind of a twist on it. But I'll just say it. So he was born on Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday. On Thursday he fell sick, and the illness got worse on Friday, and he died on Saturday. His body was buried on Sunday, and like this, it was the end of Solomon Grundy.
Yes. DC comic character, but he's in video games too.
Solomon Grundy from Batman.
Okay. Is it Ant-Man or Batman?
Batman.
Oh, Batman?
Yeah.
I don't know that
Solomon
one.
Grundy, yeah. He's like the zombie version of the Hulk. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's a bad guy usually, yeah.
Okay.
But, hey.
Solomon Grundy, yeah, he can wreck stuff.
Yeah, but only for a week.
That's good.
You get to find a replacement.
Yeah.
So with that, see, it doesn't necessarily it's going to be a powerhouse character because I'm trying to think. I was thinking of this character for like Hawkeye, if you're thinking about it, but like
yeah, Hawkeye's in there.
But what was the other character I was thinking about? I'm just going to go with the one I keep thinking about, even though I was going to use it. He's not necessarily a powerhouse character, but he can probably take down most guys, and he'll give you some sarcasm on top of that. It's HK-47.
Oh, that one is.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, the Assassin Droid, the Sith Assassin Droid. That was Revan's Sith Assassin Droid. HK-47 is awesome.
Is he in that one in the movie with the 4 arms?
No,
He's not in the movies. It's Knights of the Old Republic stuff.
Okay.
HK-47 is sarcastic. He's loyal to his master, but he also, it's like some of the stuff he says, and he's an assassin droid. He's a Sith assassin droid.
All right.
But HK-47's awesome. Look up some of the stuff he says in the game sometime on YouTube. How he is. He's not a powerhouse character necessarily, but you don't want to mess around with him.
All right.
So I'm gonna go with HK-47.
All right. So who's gonna be your Black Widow?
Samus from Metroid, the main character from Metroid.
Okay.
That's a good one.
It's a chick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
People didn't know that for
played it,
years.
yeah.
People that didn't know that for years. I'd pick her.
Ah.
So, Hawkeye.
No,
Not Black
I
Widow.
mean, not right. Black Widow. What's that mean? Princess Peach.
Okay.
Female, strong character.
So which
but she
version?
can kick butt.
The movie version is pretty BA, but not too many of the gaming versions of her. Oh, I don't know about any of the newer ones, but the ones I played weren't. She didn't do much.
Wow.
She's kind of just a.
Okay, we'll go with Valentine then. Jill Valentine. We'll
that?
switch it up. She's
from
from
Resident Evil.
Yes.
Okay.
One of the main characters
Okay,
from Resident
yep.
Evil.
All right. Okay, mine would be Laura Croft.
Good one.
Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No specific reason other than she's pretty BA and she is a chick. Hawkeye.
Shoot a gun too.
Oh,
It's not exactly Hawkeye.
Hawkeye?
I should have swapped. Now that I'm thinking about this character, it wasn't one I was thinking about. Dante from Devil May Cry.
okay. All right.
Not the one from the new updated version from they had the black hair. I'm talking about the original Dante's in all of them.
Gotcha.
Because Dante you don't mess around with. He's sarcastic and you take down a bunch of whatever he wants, basically.
This one's tough. I one. Hawkeye.
The amount of times he fought his brother and beat him.
Snake. I'm going with Snake.
Snake.
Metal Gear
Snake
Solid.
Plissken.
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh.
No, Metal Gear Solid.
Plissken.
Plissken. That's my favorite character. Anyways,
Hey, those are good movies too.
Did you-
Skip from
what'd you
L.A.
say?
Dante from
Dante, okay,
Devil May
and
Cry.
New
then-
York. Are they making a new one?
who's your
Hmm?
who's your character?
Snake.
Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah, yep. Okay, mine is Link. I picked Link.
Okay.
I never played the game, but
Triforce.
Yeah, those
I
good
remember
Link's
seeing the
always,
videos. Excuse me, princess. A lot of people didn't like that series. I didn't mind it. The Zelda
funny.
Yeah.
cartoon,
The
back in the
cartoon
day.
from the 80s.
Yeah. So that's it for
Right.
that podcast. Now I have just a little bit of a spiritual, like lifting
Cool.
up here. I don't know why, but I didn't write down the scriptures, but it's just a message on spiritual warfare, on how to deal with it. Spiritual warfare refers to the ongoing battle between good and evil in our lives. We all have that. We all go through it on a daily basis. We need to continuously strengthen our faith through prayer, studying scripture, living righteously, and resisting evil by relying on God. Put on the full armor of God. How to recognize it: feeling overwhelmed, negativity, anxiety, depression, sudden temptations, nightmares, difficulties in your spiritual life are all signs of it. How to deal with it: oh yeah, there's the scripture. Ephesians 6:10 through 18. I forgot my Bible upstairs. You guys want to look that up? And you can when you guys can read it. That's where I got this from. Was Ephesians 6:10 through 18. We do the King James version usually, but Shane, you like to change yours up a little bit, from time to time.
Mine will load up. Blue letter Bible.
Ephesians 10, 6 through 18?
6 to 10.
Ephesians 6, 10? Am I hearing that right?
Yep, 6:10 through 18.
Okay.
This is, I figured, to help be a little bit of a, pick us up kind of thing, you know.
I can read if you want.
Sure.
Okay. First numbers. Dear Lord and Savior, thank you for this time, Lord. I'm getting your word, and I pray that your seed find good ground, and just for strength in this topic. in spiritual warfare, for salvation, Lord, for you are the God of salvation, for all that you do, for prayer, for this home, for Eric, Dave, and myself, our families, Lord. I just pray for blessing and guidance and strength in all things, through every trial, through any and every season. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and let your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplications in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
So right there, that tells us, what spiritual warfare is and how to deal with it. So there is a way to get through.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's right there. This is how you do it. I mean, easier said than done. I get it. Sometimes with people, we all have our struggles with things.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to lift everybody up with that and encourage everybody's walk. Every day is a battle. We just got to keep moving forward. So thank you guys for coming out here, and thank you for your time, hanging out. It was a good time again.
Absolutely.
I enjoy every bit of it. If you guys need to get a hold of us for any reason, we do have an email address, Game+Chat+and Chill@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching. Like I said, if you guys have anything to say, any comments or messages, good or bad, send it on through, and who knows, maybe we get a shout out. So don't forget, guys, just keep gaming.